We've been hearing a lot about retransmission consent, as we've seen in some of these videos, and that really is probably part of a bigger war. It's the war on our airwaves. And what's going to happen in that war, it remains to be seen. The broadcasters clearly are trying to cement their position. And last week, one of our colleagues, Fred Dawson, caught up with Jack Perry, who's the CEO and founder of this company called Syncbak.
Hi, we're at the OTT conference in Santa Clara, and we've had a chance to catch up with Jack Perry, who is the CEO of Syncbak. I'll let you tell us, Jack, exactly what it is that you're doing.
When we looked at this space many years ago and really started developing technology for it as early as 2009, one of the things that we realized was the people who have been serving us for many, many years, the local over-the-air broadcasters, really have no on-ramp to the internet, which is really most of the devices that we carry on our person today have the ability to get content over the top, as we're now calling it, but don't have the ability to get broadcast content. So we need to bring the guys who traditionally do the broadcasting and just bring them into the over-the-top space, and we focused on building a technology to do that.
Syncbak has launched in a beta form.
On a commercial level, we have 28 DMAs that we're currently broadcasting in private trials that we're doing.
Now, how are they promoting the stations themselves? How are they making the consumer aware of this option?
Yeah. Well, that's the beauty of what we're doing as a company is we have a relationship with the TV station and we have a relationship with the viewer, and we're incented, all of us, to try to connect each other. And so the TV stations are ending their newscasts, or they're doing periodic updates throughout the day saying to get us online, go to the iTunes store or the Android marketplace and download the app. And in one instance last week, a TV station promoted that they were going live on Syncbak, and within hours, 1,400 viewers in Spokane downloaded the app and started watching TV live.
That's amazing.
Yeah, we also had one instance here in San Francisco with a station that we've powered that just ran a brief 30-second news story about going over the top, and 568 people went to the iTunes store and downloaded it within a half an hour.
Even though they've had early success with people downloading the application, one has to wonder what happens as it goes mainstream. First, will people really know about it? And if they do know about it, will they want to download it? And three, even if they download it with so many other apps out there, will they use it? So those, I think, are still some questions that need to be addressed. So I actually downloaded the application, and it receives 3 or 4 channels around here in the San Francisco Bay Area. Not a lot of content on there. It's content mostly ethnic. There was some interesting on-demand content. Looked like some open source and older content that's easier to license. For instance, right now I'm trying to watch Bonanza, that show from the 1960s. Unfortunately, I keep getting a buffering message, and so I actually haven't been able to watch it yet. And that's over my home Wi-Fi network.
So when I got to the Denver airport to check the service out in Denver, I don't see any broadcast stations. I do see the megahertz, which is syndicated programming. There's also on-demand programming. And yesterday I tried the Bonanza episode. I'm going to try it in low-quality 3G connection, see if it works. Yesterday it just kept buffering. And this time we're getting the Syncbak logo, where there's always something to watch. Yesterday this wouldn't work in Silicon Valley. And I apologize, I'm obviously in the airport here. And there it is, there's Bonanza. This video is not optimized for mobile, so there must not be multi-trans codes or something, but it is running. And there were others on there, some open source and so forth. Here's some of the live programming. There's not a lot here in Denver. This is Al Jazeera in English. We're watching it. So this seems to be content that's available pretty much anywhere. This Syncbak logo comes up fairly quickly, and we're getting a buffering message. This is on a T-Mobile network, and there it goes. We're looking at Al Jazeera.
So again, it sounds great in an interview, but the big question is, will the consumers adopt it? Especially if it's you get things like buffering. But having said that, from a political standpoint, this is a great tool for the broadcasters to use to show, hey, we're still relevant in terms of why we should have this spectrum.
You know, because a lot of things are happening in the background with our technology. We're managing all the rights of individual day parts. We're pulling in ads. We're taking out ads.
What amount of their programming that they can do on air is actually showing up online at this point?
Well, I think one of our stations has an hour a day. And another station that we have has built a 24/7 hybrid broadcast internet channel. And what I mean by hybrid broadcast is they have certain parts of the day that they've cleared with their syndicators. They have certain parts of the day that they have created themselves. And then in this case, they have a sports channel that runs 24/7. And throughout the course of the day, we're toggling on and off their internet broadcast channel, so viewers in Spokane have a consistent something to watch at all times.
Syncbak is a very interesting company. First off, Jack Perry has experience in successfully taking startups to successful ventures, but where he's received his funding is very intriguing. It's Consumer Electronics Association and National Association of Broadcasters. Two entities that aren't venture capitalists, but clearly they want to make sure their members have a seat at the table as this battle for the airwaves continues.
Be with you in a minute, Adam.